Hi there, I'm Rizzo, and today I am here with Amanda, and we are here to show you a quick how-to on strength conditioning for the muscles that lift and support the arches of the feet. So as teachers, we all know our students desire great feet, and as performers, we do as well. So today we really want to create a sensitivity for your dancers to understand how to isolate the different parts of the feet to strengthen those muscles and to avoid injury. Also, if you have dancers who have recurring shin splints, the muscles in the foot and ankle and lower extremities are going to help to strengthen that to work on that injury. So we're going to show you a few exercises today that are simple and easy and you can do at home and talk your dancers through. So we are going to start very basic. Amanda's going to sit on the edge of the chair with her alignment nice and straight, her tailbone facing the floor. And basically what we're going to do, we're going to isolate the toes. So all she's going to do, we're going to start with 8 repetitions and then you can increase from there. So 8 is a good amount of repetitions to get your dancers started, okay? So all she's going to do is try to spread her toes as much as she can, lifting up on the balls of the feet tiny bit, and then she's going to come back to neutral. And she's going to really focus in on just moving those toes, spreading on the floor and coming back. And what that's going to do, again, it's going to strengthen the toes, which sometimes we don't really pay attention to, and it's also going to awaken the ball of the foot. So that's the first exercise, and again, we'll start with 8 repetitions for that, and that's a good warm-up and precursor to the rest of the exercises that we're going to show you. The next exercise you can do with your dancers is toe ball. So now we're moving a little bit along the foot. So Amanda's going to lift up, and she's going to isolate toe, and then she's going to come to the ball of the foot, ball of foot. And then she's going to do both feet at the same time. So she's going to lift up toe, and then she's going to come to the ball of the foot, really paying attention to the detail of where the placement is as well. And we're keeping in mind that we're still thinking about when we go on releve that we're not going to roll on the outside of the foot or pronate on the inside. We're going to try and really establish that weight. So again, we're going to do 8 repetitions on this. Good, and come back to neutral. And you can also progress that to standing at the bar and also in center. So these are things that you can incorporate in your warm-up as well. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to take the Theraband, the trusty Theraband. Now this is a great little prop and tool for you to use, especially if you are recovering from a foot or ankle injury. But it's also a great way to use in floor bar or just as part of your warm-up. So we're going to have Amanda wrap this around her foot, and she's going to grab here. And again, with your beginner dancers, just even it out, Amanda. With your beginner dancers, you're going to start with a low resistance band, and then again, if you want more resistance, we can increase the strength of the band. So I'm going to have her toes right here. She's going to extend her leg. And what we're going to do, we're going to work on inverting and everting the foot. Now, normally we don't want our dancers to sickle their foot or to hyper wing their foot. But with this, especially being as detailed as we are, these are going to be great exercises to strengthen. So starting with 8, we're going to sickle or invert the foot, and she's going to move her foot in, and then she's going to come back to neutral. And then she's going to do that again, and she's going to come back to neutral. Now we would do that 8 times, going in and coming back, going in and coming back to neutral, and then we would go to everting the foot or winging the foot out. So she's going to point through, and she's going to wing, and she's going to come back to neutral, and she's going to extend out, and she's going to come back to neutral. And again, 8 repetitions. Then you can progress to skipping neutral and going from sickle or inverting all the way through to the wing. And then again, this is also strengthening that ankle muscle as well as the muscles in the foot. Great. Now another thing that you can do with this, same sort of exercise, if you have a table where you can lie on, you can lay on your side and you can put a weight in a bag which is around the foot and perform the same exercise. So you're going to be winging and sickling with the leg off the table, which is a great added resistance as well. So these are some of our Theraband exercises. Another thing you can do, I'm going to have Amanda sit and face to the side, and she's going to extend her leg in the air, coming up. Yep. Point and flex. Sounds basic, but it is always a classic and fundamental exercise that so many people don't perform correctly. So you want to get your dancers in a really good habit, and the Theraband is a great way to really focus in on that. So she's going to flex back and she's going to stretch through, coming from the calf all the way through, and she's going to point through, the toes being the last to point through, and then she's going to flex back. And again, she's going to resist away. She's going to keep her alignment nice and tall, and she's going to stretch through, and she's going to flex back. And again, you can perform the inverting and everting exercise as well like this for a little more resistance with the leg in the air. Great, let's let go of that and let's stand for a second. And then the last exercise, which sounds again basic but really, really important for your dancers to learn to perform correctly, and will also help with isolating the foot and really strengthening those muscles, because sometimes we get so used to being in class and in warm-up that we forget that the foot and the ankle are really, really, really important, and we want to be sensitive to the correct placement as well to avoid injury. Last exercise that's great, your releves and rises. So we're going to have her hang on to the chair in parallel, and she's going to roll through the foot very, very slowly, making sure that she's distributing her weight equally, and she's going to roll down. Now she can come down to here, or she can come back into a demi-plie, and she can come back up. And again, 8 repetitions, nice and easy. Whatever you need that day, if you feel like you need a little stretch in the demi-plie or straight back down. And then she's going to hold up in her releve, and she's going to do just dropping the heels, nice and slow, and lifting. Now, the slower you go, the more resistance you're going to create, so depending on the day, depending on what your dancer needs, you can adjust that as well. And then we would take that exercise and we would do it in turnout. So she's going to rotate from the hips, she's going to come into first position, and she's going to do some basic roll-ups, making sure again that her weight is centered over those first 2 toes, not rolling out or rolling in. And as she comes down into the demi-plie, we want to make sure again that there's no rolling out on the foot or rolling in on the foot. That's how we get those dropped arches. Great. So again, start with 8 repetitions, increase from there, and you will create an awareness for your dancers on strengthening those muscles of the foot. Thank you so much.